Well, you know what they say.
Johnny loves doing builders.
And they always say that. Good morning, party people.
Welcome to the breakdown. This is real life, people. It's not fake. Straight up. What do you... It's almost like you expected it. Hey, we're checking out Story of the Year. It's one of the OGs of the emo screamo crossover hardcore metal. See?
Yeah. They've just joined the Sharp Tone Records family, and this is their brand new single, Real Life. So I'm excited for it. Fun fact, this is a band I never got into.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It sounds surprising. And McGee, who's be editing this right now, knows this. It's a band that I just never got into. Everyone's like, dude, they do backflips on stage, and it's like everything you love. And I just, for somehow, never got into them.
Their first album, Page Avenue, and the one after that, In the Wake of Determination, are probably two of my favourite albums to come out of that entire sort of scene.
I hear that all the time.
They are so great.
It's not that I didn't like them. I just never... Like, of course I know Until the Day I Die, because that song is an anthem
like
for that.
Seminal. It's kind of like, now the name escapes me, the Used, Hue, Taste of Ink, it's one of those ones, for sure. Finch is What It Is to Burn. It's one of the big ones. Look, truth be told, as they drop more records, I became less interested, in a way.
That partly because of that scene became something of less interest because you got more of, like, metalcore focused as opposed to the emo side of things?
Potentially, partly, yeah. I found it all to be a little bit like, oh yeah, it's just Story of the Year doing Story of the Year. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to hear them sort of change it up, but I selfishly kind of wanted to hear them change it up in a heavier direction.
And has enough time gone by now that you're excited to hear that sound that is not as common anymore?
I'm always excited to hear from this band, though. That's the thing. Like, always excited.
He's got a huge erection.
God damn it! What is with you and erections?
When you say, I'm so excited, that's so easy.
Can people not be excited without getting a giant boner?
You can't.
I have zero erection right now. Zero erection.
It's just really small.
It's not for lack of trying, but...
Hey, can you put those on, please?
I can.
Hey, great jumper.
Thanks. Between you and me are great. You guys should check them out if you haven't. They're our friends and they're a really, really good Australian band.
I'm wearing... Oh, this is actually a cool shirt. This is the collaboration between August Burns Red and Fit for a King.
They're also really good.
Yeah, we like both those bands, and this is some merch they released when they did that little EP.
We have merch as well, though, and you can check that out in the description.
Someone has to wear it. If it's not us today, should be you.
That's
3, 2, 1.
Tag us in it as well.
Tag us when you're wearing it. Don't put our names in the tag.
Like when you used to lose your jumper at school.
Oh. Property of Big Boy John.
Bloody hell. Wasn't ready for that.
His voice still sounds real good.
Oh, he's got a great voice. One of the best in the scene. Oh, get your lighters out, people.
That's very easy and catchy.
Yeah.
Song structure. His voice is lovely, and I would have liked a little bit heavier in the musicianship for the chorus, but it's still there.
A minute in. We've got time. We'll hear what they do.
Loved the little acoustic guitar a little bit.
Yeah, it was cool.
Also, I wanted to touch on the fact that you said get your lighters out. People don't do that in shows anymore. They say turn your phone lights on.
Oh, that is true. I am very old. Also, don't play with fire. It's dangerous.
You heard it here first.
cool. Very catchy. My issue with it, it's almost identical to the same heavy break in that, Is It Until the Day I Die. It's almost exactly the same. And this is going to be my issue with this band moving forward. As much as I love them, I've heard it all before and I've heard it done exactly the same.
Okay.
But I still enjoy it.
I haven't listened to them heavily, so this is new for me. But I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because this is very formulaic of the genre, and the formula works. There's a reason it sounds like that, because it works. But a little bit can go a long way at times.
For sure. And we'll talk about that more at the end, because I've got plenty of comparisons as well for that.
When I'm with you, I see so clear. You and I are suicide, but that's just real love. We didn't fall this far to break. Maybe there's beauty in the pain. You and I are suicide, but that's just real life.
Oh, we love it.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Just real life.
Hell yeah.
Why were they covered in blood?
I never got that far. And at 0 point did they decide to take a shower.
Yeah, I thought that from the get-go. I was like, oh, that looks sticky and uncomfortable.
And the thing is, they would have spent like the better part of like a day or two shooting this and just be like, ah!
My God, I'm sick of filming this.
Good to have your backstory of the year. You do what you do and you do it well.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about that song.
Nothing bad about it. It's great. Vocals are great. Guitar's great. Song is great. Structure is great.
Production was really good.
Production is amazing. They're an enjoyable band to sort of watch.
To sort of watch? How do you sort of watch them?
You know what I mean?
No, I'd like you to explain this, because you have these filler words that you use, and sort of,
No, that was a filler one.
kinda, and like are your favourite ones. How do you sort of watch them?
I think I just went to go, they're a good band to sort of, just watch.
Okay, but
Yeah.
how do you sort of watch them?
It's like this? Real shifty eye? Yeah, look, I'm going to go out and just have my little rant now. Because I do love this band.
Strap in, boys.
Strap in. I do love this band. Like I said, their first two albums are two of the greatest albums to ever come out of this scene. Now, there's a few reasons for me sort of just going meh in a way, as much as I go, oh, I love that. That style, like I said, that's basically identical to what they...
Meh, I loved it.
Yeah, it's weird though.
Okay.
It's weird. It's weird feeling like that, because I do love it, but maybe I only love it for nostalgia and because I know it's a good song. But does it excite me? It doesn't excite me. Those songs, when they came out, were at a point, I think, in a lot of people's lives where, that reminded me of hanging out with all the boys. We'd listen to Story of the Year, go for a surf, and go get some...
Pick up chicks.
Go get Phoenix Chicken from Batto Bay, go listen to more music, go to a gig, get on the beers, that sort of stuff. I think that's why that resonates with me so much, because of the nostalgia of the time. But then I also think, from the position of the musician in me, like, as to why I loved Story of the Year, it was the twin guitar attack. It was the ability to go so heavy, yet also so technically gifted with that sort of Metallica influence, but then pull out songs like this. And I think over the years they've gone further away from that, and it's also part of having one guitarist. I think I struggle to find as much excitement in the music because they don't have that twin guitar attack that they used to have, like dual harmonies and solos and, really riffy and all that sort of stuff. So as much as this isn't bad and as much as I loved listening to it, I just don't think it's the sort of thing I'll ever go back and listen to when I can listen to the exact same version of it from 20 years ago that actually invokes memories for me.
And do you think that if this is potentially off something new coming, that they've come back with a song that is easily digestible and familiar to get people back on board, because they haven't released a song since like 2017 or something like that?
I think that's probably a really good point, because it is comfortable and it's like, oh, this is the Story of the Year that we know and love.
Yeah.
And you know what, like, even the style of this, I think it's a good way to... They're like a good gateway band for people looking to transition into like the sort of pop punky, melodic rock into heavy side.
Emo.
Yeah, I didn't want to use that word.
Hey, emo's not a dirty word.
I know it's not, but
Fucking use it, baby.
yeah. So I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I'd have to hear it in the context of an album, and as much as I love everything they do, it's just kind of disappoints me in a way because I want to hear so much more. Like, this is what I was talking about in comparisons. Have a look at how many different genres and different sounds the used have touched over the year. Do I love them all? No. But it's admirable that they've done that. Have a look at what Finch did when they changed their style. Have a look at, even bands like Silverstein and Senses Fail have stayed relevant, but they've done super adventurous things. I want to hear adventure, but I want it to still sound like Story of the Year, for me personally.
There's your note, Story of the Year. Can you show them adventure in your sound, please? What did you guys think? For those of you that are unfamiliar with the band, like me a little bit, maybe do a deep dive, have a listen back. Do you have 3 songs you'd recommend listening to?
You know what? It's too hard. Just listen to those first two. Just listen to those first 2 albums. Okay. Back to back, they're flawless. It's just perfect execution of what the genre was doing in that time.
And for those of you that know the band, what do you think? Do you agree with Johnny there, or are you excited about that? Comment below, let us know your thoughts. And just remember, Johnny does builders. Is that what we said at the start?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if they heard that. They're just like, what?